Well, I think it goes back to when I was a child, and I really learned from my parents that no matter, how bad off we might have been at different times in my childhood, we always took time and energy to find somebody that needed, something that we could give, whether it was mittens at Christmas or a turkey. But we always, I kind of grew up with that as part of my, just essence of who I am. And over the years, as I became an educator, I realized how important food was to children's learning. If any of you know about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, food and shelter and clothing are at the basis of that. If you don't have food, you're not going to be able to learn very well. But as a Christian, I feel that as we're called to justice and serving the hungry and poor, and working towards removing those injustices in our society. Something that really caught my attention when I was running a summer program years ago was a student brought a row of saltine crackers for lunch. And this was a student who had received free food during the school year, but during the summer, no. And it's maybe 11 cents for this row of crackers 20 or 30 years ago. That's all that student had for lunch. So I enrolled the next year in the summer feeding program, and all the students in my program were eligible. Back when I taught middle school on the south side of Indianapolis, I brought 2 busloads of students to do the crop walk every year. And I facilitated that at a previous church as well. I have volunteered here at the food pantry at Second. I'm on the hunger ministry team. I'm on the hunger and homelessness team at my college. And I've done some extensive research on food insecurity. Recently, I became a member of the Indiana lead team for Bread for the World. And I donate, I think I mentioned donating money and time, food and toothbrushes and toothpaste and things that SNAP benefits won't pay for. Offering of Letters is an annual event where Christians across the country write letters to their elected officials in Washington, D.C. to let them know, whatever issues are current for the year, and letting them know their feelings about reducing hunger and poverty across the United States. All of us probably vote, but I'm wondering how many of you actually follow up with your elected officials and let them know your feelings on various policies. And this year is an opportunity to share with your congresspersons what your feelings are. Well, Bread for the World is a collective Christian voice to bring issues to the attention of policymakers to work towards alleviating poverty and hunger, not only in the United States, but across the globe. It's not a partisan issue. Sometimes we hear that from people when we talk about Bread for the World, but hunger doesn't know what political party you're in. It just strikes across the board. And with the pandemic, hunger across the world has actually doubled. And Indiana is one of the most hungry states in the country. It's been ranked around between 10th and 13th for many years. On June 13th, we'll have an opportunity for people to write letters. We'll have paper, addresses of your congressperson, and sample letters. And all you do is write the letter, and we'll take care of mailing it for you. Even children can participate. Past years, children have drawn pictures, and we've sent those to the congresspeople, and they get letters back, and they are so excited to hear back from their elected official. Another way that you can contact your elected official is through the Bread for the World website, and there's a link on the Second Presbyterian website. All you do is put in your zip code. I think you need the last 4 digits, and it'll bring up who your congressperson is. We highly recommend that you change maybe the first couple sentences of the letter, because that'll catch their attention, and then add some personal information in there. Do you have, a neighbor? Do you know a coworker? Did you have experiences growing up, as a child? But put something personal in your letter, and those letters actually get the attention of our Congress people. So part of the initiative for the hunger ministry team here at Second is as we are evolving as a Matthew 25 congregation, we are called to serve the poor, the hungry, the homeless in our community. And there are verses also in Micah that say, walk humbly with your God and do justice. And we feel that the offering of letters really helps to bring us forward in those areas.